Welcome back to Ask Susan. This month's question is, Dear Susan, when is it time to explore a new financial strategy versus just staying the course? This is an important question to ask yourself, and my short answer is this. Consistency builds wealth, but only when your strategy continues to align with your goals, lifestyle, and stage of life. We're often told that successful investors stay disciplined, avoid emotional decisions, and trust the process. And that's good advice. But sometimes people stay with the same financial strategy, not because it's still the right fit, but because change feels uncomfortable. And those are two very different things. There's a difference between discipline and complacency. Discipline means you're following a thoughtful strategy because it's helping you reach your goals. Complacency means you're doing the same thing simply because it's familiar. One is intentional, the other is automatic. So how do you know when it's time to take a closer look? Let's start by asking yourself, what has changed in my life? Financial strategies shouldn't remain static when life isn't static. Maybe you're approaching retirement. Perhaps you've sold a business, received an inheritance, experienced a divorce, become widowed, or maybe those kids have left the house, or you've just simply reached a point where your priorities have changed. The strategy that served you well 10 years ago may not be the strategy that best serves you today. As we move through different stages of life, our financial needs evolve. In our working years, the focus is often growth and accumulation. As retirement approaches, the conversation shifts toward income, tax efficiency, healthcare planning, risk management, and legacy planning. The destination may still be financial security, but the path often changes. That's why it's important to periodically review not only your investments, but your overall strategy as well. Now, some people may be thinking, I can do that myself. And for some individuals, that's actually true. The question isn't always whether you can manage your finances on your own. The question is whether you're seeing the complete picture. One of the biggest challenges in financial planning is that we're often too close to our own circumstances. We all have blind spots. We bring emotions, assumptions, and personal experiences into our decision making. That's where a trusted advisor can really add value. Not because they can predict the market, not because they have all the answers, but because they provide perspective. A good advisor helps you see risks, opportunities, and connections you may not have considered. For example, a retirement decision isn't just about investments. It may affect taxes, Social Security, healthcare costs, income planning, and estate considerations. A business sale isn't just a liquidity event. It can impact everything from tax strategy to legacy planning. Major financial decisions rarely happen in isolation. That's why I believe one of the most valuable things an advisor provides is additional clarity. The right advisor evolves with you. They don't simply manage your money the same way year after year. They help ensure your financial strategy continues to reflect your goals, your values, and the life you're trying to build. So when should you engage an advisor? Certainly during major life transitions, when retirement is approaching, when your financial situation becomes more complex, when you're making decisions with long-term consequences, or when you're simply asking yourself, am I missing something? Sometimes the most financially successful people aren't the ones who know all the answers. They're the ones who recognize the value of having an experienced partner challenge their assumptions and help them make thoughtful and confident decisions. So I'll leave you with this question. Are you staying with your current strategy because it's still working for you, or because change feels uncomfortable? If your strategy continues to support your goals, your lifestyle, and your future vision, staying the course may very well be exactly the right answer right now. But if you've outgrown your plan, your priorities have shifted, or your life has changed significantly, it may be time for a fresh perspective. The goal isn't change just for the sake of change. The goal is alignment, because a successful financial strategy isn't just about growing wealth. It's about making sure your money continues to support the life you're living today and the life you want tomorrow. So thanks for joining my Ask Susan column. If you have a question you'd like me to address in the future column, video, or podcast, I'd love to hear from you. And be sure to like and follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. See you next month when we'll discuss how a family pet can lay the groundwork for raising financially responsible young adults.
Thank you for watching. Ask Susan is an educational column created by Styles Financial Services. SFSI is an SEC, fee-only RIA in Minnesota. Information presented is to be used for conversational purposes only, with the intent to spark a dialogue between you and your financial professional to see if it pertains to your own unique circumstances. This is not the receipt of or a substitute for personalized advice from Styles Financial or any other investment professional, and is not intended as an offer of solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Styles Financial Services is not a law firm or accounting firm, and no portion of this program should be interpreted as legal, accounting, or tax advice. Viewers are encouraged to seek advice from a qualified tax, legal, or investment advisor to determine whether any information presented may be suitable for their specific situation.